Hi, I'm Sister Mary Elizabeth, Vice President for Mission at the University of St. Francis. And it's my privilege to welcome you to the university as a full-time student wanting to explore not only your own professional education, but through the Catholic Franciscan dimension of our university. You've had an opportunity to look at our mission statement, and that's partly what I'm all about, is to expose you to that mission, to know that you're here not just to get an education for your professional growth, but also that you will become a leader in our Catholic Franciscan identity further out into the world and into your life. Focusing on the mission statement, you can see that one of my favorite parts is the very first sentence, which talks about a welcoming community of learners. And that's our whole hope, and that's why we're starting this piece right here in at the Welcome Center at the very entrance of our Mother House. The foundation began here over almost 100 years ago, and we try to continue the Sisters' charism of being a welcoming community, but a community of learners, not only as faculty and staff and students, but each of us trying to learn what it is that the Lord has for us to become. We're challenged by our Franciscan values, but that's rooted in our Catholic dimension. We carry out that in a continuous pursuit of knowledge and faith and wisdom and justice, mindful of the tradition that emphasizes a reverence for creation, filled with compassion, and to be peacemakers. All this is done rooted in obviously who we are, a higher ed learning education center. So we strive for academic excellence. And again, as you can see, what our purpose is, what our mission is to prepare you, the women and men who come here, to contribute to the world through service and leadership. Welcome again to the University of St. Francis, and here we stand before the seal of the Sisters of St. Francis of Mary Immaculate, who began this university as a simple college here on this spot almost 100 years ago. It's a privilege to be part of that, and I invite you to remember that wherever you are, now that you are a University of St. Francis student, you carry the name on your shoulders. You among with 44,000 other graduates of the University of St. Francis. The motto, as you can see here, is listed as holiness first and then learning. And I invite you to explore that option that's in there. Remember that what you are about is to create a wholeness, a holiness, to be fully who you were created to be. And that's our hope for you, that whatever happens here at the University of St. Francis, we will assist you in all ways to make that possible. Each year at the University of St. Francis, we take one of our values, which is a seed planted in your heart, and try to make it a living reality. We don't want to leave these words like our mission statement just hanging on the wall, but to really become embedded into who we are, to become that value-based person as we are a value-based institution. The values that you're seeing are created here for the university that sets us apart. Values of respect, integrity, service, and compassion. Take time whenever you have a break to let those words sink into you and to try to see how can, as a leader, you will make those living realities, that the fruits of these seeds will be planted in you. It might be interesting that I talk about them as fruits because to the far end of this, beyond the building, this used to be an apple orchard when the sisters first came here. Beyond the 3 oaks, part of our tradition, out into the courtyard, were planted several apple trees. And the sisters used those trees and the fruit of them to really support themselves as well as the establishment of their school, their college, and now the University of St. Francis. I always think about those trees that were planted and the apples that grew up and the seeds that are still bearing fruit. You will be numbered among them. No welcome is complete without bringing you to the center of the university and the center of our Mother House building here that we are in. This is St. Joseph Chapel. This is where we begin the university experience and conclude it at commencement. I want you to know that any time that you are struggling with your studies or family experiences or whatever else burdens you, to know that every day there is offered here a prayer for you and for your intentions. Your faculty will be the Word made flesh for us as they assist you in your studies. The staff is here to help you in any way, and you know your family and friends are supporting you. There will be rough times in the head as you begin these studies that you are prepared for. But know that wherever you are and whatever you need, we are here to serve you, particularly through our acts of prayer and compassion for you. So once again, on behalf of the entire university staff, I want to say welcome, and may you help us to fulfill our mission of creating leaders who will be of service in the world tomorrow. Thank you.